Nancy with Nancy's Nibbles of Life, here to bring you another video. If you haven't already, why don't you please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow the channel, and I know that there are so many of you Weight Watchers out there that would love the content. So why don't you go ahead and click on to subscribe so that I could bring you more. I'm cooking my way through the Simply 5 cookbook, and there are some great recipes in here. So why don't you follow along and get some inspiration for dishes that you may want to make. I count the points for each plan: green, blue, and purple. So why not spend 15-20 minutes with me, get to know some new ingredients, maybe a new way to cook a dish possibly, and like I said, just inspiration to cook on Weight Watchers, okay? All right, now on to today's video. Okay, before today's video, I'm actually gonna have a little coffee. You know, I've recently discovered iced coffee. I don't know if, I'm sure there are tons of iced coffee drinkers out there, but I am not really one to go through a drive-through to pick up an iced coffee when I have the ingredients right here at home. So I'll just share with you what I've been enjoying recently. I have one of these little mason jar cups, and it has a lid with a straw. So what I'm going to do is fill the cup up with some ice. There we go. I got some ice. Leftover coffee from this morning out of the coffee jar. I'm going to fill this with coffee. And then I'm going to use a packet of Splenda. I love Splenda. It's just kind of amazing. 0 points in calories for this little packet size. And then I have some creamer, I'm sure everyone's favorite. It's the Italian sweet cream, sugar-free, 15 calories. I'll count it as 1 point. I'm gonna add that to my coffee. Now you could probably be better than I am and measure this creamer out, but I'm not gonna do that. But let's see, a little bit more. And look, there it is. I have an iced coffee beverage. So, I don't know where you guys are, but here in Southern California where I am, it's still quite warm. And so I wanted another coffee this morning, or I should say this late morning, but didn't want to drink any more hot coffee. So I thought, why not share with my viewers my new iced coffee. So there, I just saved $5 making my own iced coffee from home. Okay, moving on. So today's Simply 5 recipe calls for more eggs. So if you saw my last video, I did a dish. It was a frittata, and I thought it was such a beautiful dish that you could have for brunch with your girlfriends. And today's dish is pretty similar. It's called bacon and cheddar coddled eggs. So no pictures on today's recipe, but I can give you a picture with this description that they have provided here. It says, wouldn't recognize coddled eggs if you saw them? They're simply eggs cooked gently in custard cups or lidded ceramic coddling cups, usually in hot water baths. Brits love their coddled eggs with crisp toast, which they call fingers, for dunking into the yolks. So I'm sure that you've seen these before. All across social media, there are pictures of people dunking pieces of toast into a warm egg yolk. And that's essentially the coddled egg. But we're going to do a little twist to it here, of course, and follow the Simply 5 instructions with one exception. And you know, sometimes you have to make an exception. You may not have the ingredients, but you can substitute for whatever you have and make the recipe just as good. So let's get into the ingredients. They are frozen spinach, I have fresh, eggs, black pepper, salt, fully cooked bacon, and that's my twist. I don't have fully cooked bacon. I have a ham steak. So I did the points and it's the same, 3 points. So I'm going to use the ham steak. So I'm not going to change the number of points of my recipe because I've substituted an item that will cost me the same number of points as to what the recipe calls for. And then it says 1/4 cup of shredded reduced fat cheese. So I'll show you what I used for the cheese. One difference here is that this recipe serves 4. I'm only going to be doing it for 2 since it's just my husband and I. And we'll have this for a mid-morning breakfast today. So for the points on the green plan, this is a 5-point recipe. For the blue plan, this is a 3-point recipe. No doubt that the eggs have saved us a couple of points. And the purple as well, 3 points, because eggs are also 0 on purple. Okay, so let's move on to the bacon, in my case ham, and cheddar coddled eggs. Okay, so I've prepared my cutting board with the ingredients that I'm going to need, which is the fresh spinach, because the recipe says use frozen thawed spinach that you've kind of drained, squeezed out and drained with your hand. But I've kind of done the same to the fresh spinach. I have my ham that I'm going to dice and cut up for this recipe. And I also have my shredded reduced fat cheese. So let's chop the ham and the spinach, and we will also open our eggs and beat them. Okay? All right. Okay guys, let me get you caught up in the recipe and where I am in terms of the steps that I've taken. So again, this is another beautiful egg dish that I think would be perfect for like a brunch with your girlfriends, or even a special, you know, breakfast in bed treat for your loved one. So it's basically cooking the eggs in these beautiful ramekins. that I just picked up yesterday from Target because I didn't have any. But they were $2 and I figured I'm gonna sacrifice for my channel and buy these beautiful ramekin dishes because we can use them for other recipes as well. But so the ingredients, again, you saw the ingredients that I used, but after you beat those eggs, the instructions are to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And it says spray your custard cups or ramekins with some nonstick spray and place on a rimmed baking sheet, which I have and will do. And then it says divide the spinach evenly among the cups and pour the eggs over it, and then top with the bacon and the cheese just until the eggs are set for about 20 minutes. So let's move on to that step, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so I put those eggs in the oven. The oven was preheated to 350 degrees. I almost hate to turn on my oven in this heat, but it says 20 minutes. Let them cook for 20 minutes. And in the meanwhile, I'm gonna sip my iced coffee, wait patiently for those eggs, and maybe I'll do like the Brits and make a little toast for dipping those eggs in those beautiful ramekins. Okay, I'll be back when those eggs are done. We'll see how beautiful they look and how they taste, more importantly, and we'll go over the points again. Okay. Okay guys, I took those eggs out of the oven and it is my favorite part of the video. This is what they look like. Yum. This is a little warm still, so I'm going to use my pot holder here to taste it. I'm going to eat it right out of this ramekin, keep it nice and warm. So there it is. All right, try to get a bite with everything on it. Mm-hmm. Mmm. Yum, yum, yum. Mm-hmm. These are really good. And you know what else? If you wanted to dump the ramekins and put them onto a nicer plate so that you could plate maybe with some loose leaf parsley, or add some pretty decorations to your plate, maybe a little side fruit salad, it would be really nice looking because as you can see, they pop right out. They pop right out, especially since we oiled those ramekins before we started. So, you know, the great part about this dish is that you can make any combination that you want. I use the spinach and the ham. The original recipe actually called for bacon, but I didn't have any bacon, so I used the ham. But you could use whatever you want. If you wanted to keep it vegetarian, you don't have to use the eggs. One thing I will say though is that it's no spreading of the eggs onto toast. I made some beautiful toast here, but it's not really spreadable, so I'll just eat that separately. So let's go over the points really quick again, guys. So again, this is the bacon and cheddar coddled eggs recipe from the Simplified Cookbook. No picture, but the recipe calls for 4 servings, but I only did 2 today, and I used 3 eggs so that it would bulk it up a little bit. The green plan, 5 points. The blue plan, 3, and the purple also 3. Okay, so guess what? That closes another recipe from the Simplified Cookbook that I've been able to bring you. I really enjoy doing it. I hope that you enjoy seeing them. Please leave me a like and a comment below and let me know if you're enjoying them, if you're trying any of these recipes out on your own. That would be awesome to know, and I look forward to bringing you the next Simplified recipe. So until then, see you next time. Bye! Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!